Okay, guys. Sorry about that.
All right. Can I show you how to get to the takeaway again? Sure, Meredith. As long as you have you clicked the link at the end of class when I posted the link in chat, you would have had your Pear Deck takeaway made for you in your Google Drive, and it's going to pop up in there. If you didn't click the link though, you're not going to have access to the takeaway, and you'd have to do something else. But if you click the link in chat, you will get the Pear Deck takeaway in your drive. So if you click on the shared with me button over here, and then you can find your file. Hopefully it'll be one of the first things that pops up. Otherwise, you might need to search in the drive by typing in what the lesson was called. If you did not, and this should work, if you did not click on the link in class, I also posted a little update. In case you did not receive your Pear Deck takeaway, use this link and add it to your Google Drive. So if you copy and paste this link from our update section here, if you copy and paste this, it should definitely make the Pear Deck takeaway for you. If you're still having issues with this, let me know. But like I said, you're not actually required to complete this one for this class, okay? All right. Yeah, welcome. All good, Aiden? Having tech problems or anything else? You good? Oh, hey. I'm just glad you're here, okay? I am going to ask that anyone that... Okay, good. You're all right. I'm going to ask that anyone that showed up a little late just watches the first, 10 minutes of this class recording so you can understand what we did today, okay? What if we don't have some of the materials right now, but we have done it before, have Aiden dance, put his shirt in the sun. I'm going to ask you in this half hour to complete one in each 4 of the categories, but we'll talk about that in a second, Joey, okay? All right, everyone, here we go. That's all with the Pear Deck takeaways. So let's get back to here. All right, so what else do we got to do? We're going to begin our lab. Energy is everywhere. We're going to conduct our investigation, and after today, we should have some homework in Schoology. That's the energy transformation assessment, okay? So, Unit 1, Lesson 1, Energy is everywhere. I want everyone to open this link that I just posted in chat. This should give you a link to the lab guide, the student lab guide. It's also linked within Schoology, so you can find it there, but this is a direct link so everyone has it. Okay? Also, next up, so pre-assessment. Remember the discussion board post that you made this week? So, you provided an example of matter and an example of energy in that. So how about this? Let's take a minute just to share in chat an example of matter and an example of energy that we might have listed or we might just be thinking of right now. So in the chat, I wanna see some examples of matter, some examples of energy.
I don't want to give any. Thank you though.
Okay, matter is soccer ball. Absolutely, that's a great example of matter. What else we got, everybody? Matter, table, sure. Light energy, absolutely. Computers, matter, and you got some chemical energy, sure. Josh has matter, and yes, there's energy that's letting you run your system, isn't there, Josh?
A lighter.
Matter is a table, energy is thermal. Thermal is a type of energy for sure.
An iron.
An example of matter is a car. Wonderful.
Is it a straightening or curling
energy? Ooh, is the fan itself energy, or does the fan require energy in order to be used? I think the fan itself might be matter. But there's definitely energy involved in working a fan.
I got food.
Electrical energy.
I got a pan and a stove, but I don't want to use
Chemical energy from food. Yeah, specifying where that chemical energy comes from. These are all really great examples.
Sorry, drink.
They're all solid. So cool. All right, quick question for you all. So when we do our investigation, how about this? I can make a poll. When we do our investigation today, would you rather use a digital notebook or physical?
Have any planning for this video?
Notebook.
I just
So you can select one for digital. You can select 2 for physical.
Let's start
so
a video.
The poll that just started. Boom, there it is. All right, so this will help me get a gauge of what this class is looking for. There's no wrong answer here. I have both things prepared. So if you want digital, I can get you it. Otherwise, you're just going to need your, obviously you're going to need your lab book. Not to say that you won't need to use your lab book. If you use the digital notebook, you're still going to need to access this from time to time, okay?
There's just too much digital
on
going
whether or not you use digital, you're still going to need your lab book. You're still going to need one throughout the year. Because there's going to be times where at least we do drawings, and those drawings need to go, those drawings are going to need to go in your lab book. Okay, it's not easy enough to just draw on a slideshow or something like that. Okay, so it's about 50-50. The class is split. So here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to copy this into chat right now. So if you were someone that said that you wanted to use the digital notebook, click on this link. If you're using the physical notebook, you don't need to worry about it, okay? But if you're using the digital notebook, click on this link. It will make you, it will force you to make a copy, and there is your lab book for the day. So
you can't see it.
All right. Is anyone having problems? Is everyone able to access this?
No.
Let me know. How about this? Let me know if you're having problems. If everything's good, you don't need to say anything.
Okay. I'm done with you. Thank you for your service.
All right. It looks like we're accessing it. So right now, what should you have up? If you're someone that's doing the digital notebook, you're going to want to have that copy of the student guide that I linked earlier open, and you're going to want your digital notebook open. Those of you that are doing the physical notebook, you're going to want your scientist notebook by your side, and you are going to want to just be
I need that, but
also
it's downstairs.
the student guide, right? The lab guide, and just make sure everyone's on Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, obviously.
I'm back.
Okay, but from here, we should be ready to go. So from now on, guys, when you see this neon yellow background on one of my slides, it means that you have something to write in your scientist notebook. That's digital or physical, okay? So when you see this slide, you got to write something down. So here we go. Before you begin, so if you're a physical notebook person, in your first blank page where you already have hopefully written energy is everywhere, lab 1.1, I want you to write, before you begin, at the top of one of your lines, where is it? Before you begin, and then we're going to write 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. List 3 to 5 examples of way that your family have used energy in the past few days. So those of you that are on the digital notebook, you can type that right into your text box. Okay, so 3 to 5 examples of ways that you or your family have used energy today.
Washing machine.
And I'll give you about I'll give you 2 minutes to do this, and then I'm going to ask you to share in the chat. Or you can even raise your hand and you can use your
washing
mic. So
machine,
2 minutes and then we'll reconvene.
Dishwasher.
On page 1, yes, Josh. If you're using the you're using the physical book, right? If you're using the physical book, it'll be your first entry on page 1 under Energy is Everywhere. So at the top, you'll have Energy is Everywhere. Energy. The very first thing you're going to write is below that is before you begin, and then you can do 1 through 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Phone charger.
Let me know if there's any other questions out there.
Vacuum. Okay, computer. TV. Here are my notes. Delicious, I know. I don't even know if you can see them, but whatever. This is actually not my science notebook, but my science notebook is downstairs, and I really don't feel like going to get it. Okay. Here we have a knife. And we're just gonna sharpen our pencil. Guys, if you've never sharpened your pencil with a knife, you're missing out. It's actually really fun. I mean, be careful, but like, I feel like every kid did that in school. Like, just take your scissors and sharpen your pencil.
All right, thumbs up if we're ready to share a little bit. Thumbs up. Are we ready to share? Do we got at least 3 to 5? Okay, cool. It's looking like a lot of us are giving us thumbs up. Okay, so I will ask you guys to share. So you can either raise your hand and you can turn on your mic to share 1 or 2 things, or you can just post in the chat. What are some of these examples that you listed of how you or your family used energy? I'm not seeing a lot of hands up, so like I said, if you just post in the chat, that's fine. Okay, we got a hand up from Musay. Musay, go ahead.
For the first one I wrote, I'm on my laptop. For the second one, I wrote, I cooked food earlier in a pan.
Sharper.
And for the third one, I wrote, we ate breakfast.
Good enough.
All right, all three of those check out for me. Those sound great. Thank you for sharing, Musa. I appreciate it.
I have to share it in a second.
All right, Emily, I see your hand is up as well. Would you like to share?
Okay. Yes, okay. So, the first energy we used was we did some, we washed some clothes, so the washing machine. We did some dishes. So we used the dishwasher. We used the vacuum. We used a computer and a TV.
All right. Yes. Once again, all of those are ways that energy was in use, right? And just quick before I did see Niall's hand. If you want to share in a second, you can as well. But I just answered Joey's question. I know kinetic energy is energy, but is rolling a ball across the floor counted as using energy? That's where it's hard to think about. Did you use energy in that, or is energy happening? If you rolled the ball, yes, you did use some energy to get that ball rolling. But if you just see a ball rolling, there is energy being in use, but maybe you didn't use it. So energy is happening, right? So hopefully that helped clear something up. Niles, did you still want to share? Otherwise, anyone else?
It's freaking hot up here. Is it nice outside?
Thank you, Henry. Just for anyone that can't see it. So it's a cell. Taking a selfie. You like that? It's a good one. You forgot? No worries. All right, guys. I appreciate you sharing. I really appreciate when you guys jump on the mic and share like that. It makes me feel like we're a little bit closer than we are. So thank you. Okay. So next up, those of you that are in the physical notebook, you're gonna want to write down these notes in your notebook. Those of you that are on the digital notebook, there should be a space for you to write these down under Tier 2 vocabulary words. So each of those spaces that you see in your presentation, fill those out with these words here, okay? You don't need to put any definitions right now, okay? You don't need any definitions. I just want you to write these words down. And if you would like some help, like I said, I have a lot of resources available to you. So if you go on Schoology and you go into our materials tab, and you click on Unit 1, and you click one more time to Energy is Everywhere, you'll see that we have an Energy is Everywhere.
So if y'all don't know, my brother died.
So this will give you a little definition as well as some visual aids to help you understand what some of these words may mean. Like system, parts working together, right?
So we've got his phone here. I don't even know why.
PS4, right? Hooked up to your,
he gets more notifications
to your TV or to your laptop
than I do.
You got transferred to move from one place to another. You got transformed. Sorry, I guess I took away the words from you, so we should probably go back.
Yeah.
Here are those words again. Also, you can get these words from.
I'm kidding. He's actually really nice.
I think they're in your science notebook. Are they not? Maybe they're not. They might not be. So yes, take a second to write these words down. And like I said, you don't need definitions for them right yet. But the definitions and some examples are listed within Schoology. Not too hard to find, in my opinion.
Deleted.
So yes, if you're writing this physically down in your notebook, yes, digital. On here, how about this? On slide 3. On slide 3, you should put these words into where next to each of the dashes. There's a perfect amount of dashes for how many words there are.
Can you see it? I don't even know. Honestly, it really doesn't fucking matter, but whatever.
The rest of you that are using the physical notebook, what I did is I just wrote down vocab words right here. See that vocab words? And
then I listed them. Sit back on the couch, but first I know I'm gonna fall asleep
side by side because I wasn't going to write down the definitions. You can do it however makes sense to you. I like to try and save space.
I don't know what we're going to do for our experiment, so I got to stay up here. Damn, this angle is really annoying.
All right, do we need any more time writing this down, anyone? Or are we good to move on?
Sure. I don't like the single either.
Alright, I'm not seeing anyone trying to stop me. Okay, I can wait a little bit longer. Don't worry.
Don't look at my ugly neck. What about this one? Is this a good angle? I mean, the lighting's okay.
I will also, when we start to break out to do our investigation, I will also share this PowerPoint that I'm, or I guess this presentation that I'm sharing with you right now. I'll give you a copy of it so you can flip back and forth and look at things as we move on, okay? So, if you need it,
Ooh.
you'll have it. Alright, I don't see anyone else asking me to wait, so I'm gonna move on. Like I said, I'll share this with you, so if you need to copy down another word or two, you'll have the opportunity to do so. Alright, so let's go over this introduction, okay? So the introduction, this is also found on the digital page 6, or slide 6, but you can just follow along on my
I
screen
think we
right
have
now.
to drink some more.
Introduction. Energy is all around us. It powers our cars, provides light for our homes, and supports light processes and living systems. Energy is not stuff like matter, and it doesn't have a specific size or shape. We can measure how it is stored, transferred, and transformed within a system. Although humans have given names to familiar phenomena involving the transfer and transformation of energy, it's important to remember
So here's a
that
test
all forms of
if
energy
your
are merely the
bottle
ability
will
to cause
actually
change within a
land.
system. You
Just
will
hold
use
it.
the concept of a system to track energy
Literally
as it is transferred and transformed
this far.
within simple
Like,
systems. You have an online and a regular text? That can be helpful. That can be helpful. Definitely helpful.
okay, so it decides
Alright,
to wear
so there's the
sometimes,
introduction.
some not times.
Now, I want you to, you don't actually need to record answers or anything to this, but I would like you to write these questions down. Those of you that have the digital notebook,
Yikes,
they're
okay.
already written down in there for you on slide 4. Those of you that are using the physical notebook, I would just like you
Let's
to write
write
down
some more.
essential questions or just questions as like the subject, and then write these 2 questions down. Number 1. How can
He's
a model
after
be
me
used
because
to
I'm a
illustrate
stylish
energy transfer and
the
transformation
status side.
as it moves
Have
within
to
the
be
system?
nice
And number
to
2,
set that aside.
how
Maybe
does
that
the
is
law of
why
conservation of
I'm
energy
introduced
apply to
to
energy transfer?
lies, and now that's his right.
I would be amazed
That's going into
if you
the
have
things
answers to these
you'll
questions
never be
right now.
satisfied.
So it is okay if you don't. It is okay if you have a lot of questions.
Deep Hamilton.
These questions will be answered by the end of the lab. That's the whole point of these essential questions. This is what we're trying to answer through our investigation, okay?
Honestly, I should have gotten my notebook because we're writing a lot.
Yeah, Joey, that's a really good idea. I think that's a solid idea. I'll give you about 30 more seconds to write these questions down if you got to write them down. Otherwise, in the meantime, if you're already finished writing, or those of you that are on the digital notebook, just think about these questions. Think about this. I just want you to brainstorm.
I wasn't
Think
supposed to
about what
write
these
them
questions
down.
mean. What is it asking you? What is this law of conservation of energy? What could that mean? If you have no idea what it is, what do you think it might mean?
How does...
For this next section, ooh, Josh has got an example. I like that. I like that one right there. Energy can't be created nor destroyed. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. Do you know what it means, though? All right, everyone. For this next section, I'm not going to read through all of these, but these are our learning outcomes. You can find this in the slideshow later when I share it with you.
I wasn't done writing.
Or you can look at it in
Asshole.
in your student guide.
Okay.
It's
Bye,
they're listed
guys.
all right down here.